Hello everyone, welcome to one of our first YouTube episodes. My name is Derek de Meza. I live in the Netherlands. I'm a mindset coach, and today I'm going to be explaining to you how you can just accomplish any goal that you want. So this system that I'm going to be sharing with you is the same system that we use to teach our clients that we have all over the world. And I'm going to be using this same system for myself by making this YouTube video. As I mentioned, this is my first YouTube video, so I'm really excited about this. And I have a goal that I want to achieve. My goal is to get at least 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. And the way that I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to be using the same system that we use to help our clients achieve any goal that they want. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you what are basically the steps that you need to implement if you want to achieve a goal. So let's start first with the first one. So the first one is that if you want to achieve a goal, you really have to know what you want. The most important thing about a goal is that you have to find out what you really want. And when I mean what you want, I'm not talking about something that you think you can do or something that you know how to do. I'm talking about something that you really want and something that you have never done before in your life. For example, right now I am making this video and I have never ever made a YouTube video filming myself. So I'm not only going to show you how, but I'm also going to not edit this video, because I want you to see the difference between when I have started with this video, so this is basically the first one, and where I will be after 100 videos, to really show you the difference of the transformation that I'm going to be making by just using basically the power of my mind, right? So the first step is it has to be something that you really want. I decided that if I really want this and I really want to grow my business, for example, and I really want to be able to share my message and my story to millions of people all over the world, I have to make this video in English. I basically speak Dutch, that's my native language. My third language is English. So I'm already setting myself out there by doing something that I'm really not comfortable doing. That's basically talking English, right? But I do it because it's something that I really want. I have a goal that I want to achieve, and in order to reach that goal, I have to get out of my comfort zone and I have to do things that I have never done before in my life. So, and this is a great example, right? I'm talking with you guys. I'm trying my best to speak English so you can understand me. And I'm getting out of my comfort zone. So it has to be something that you really want. That's the first one. And the second one is that goals are basically made to make you grow. And the only way that you can really grow is get out of your comfort zone. So that's why I'm not going to edit the video and just going to start talking with you guys. One of the other things that is also really important, people think, or it's not that they think, is that in order to achieve a goal, you really have to look at the habits that you are creating, the habits that are going to bring you closer to your goal. So the habit that I'm creating right now is that I have made a decision that I'm going to be posting every week a video, and I'm going to be talking about mindset and to see how I can help as many people as I can. But in order to do that, I need to basically replace an old habit that I had and I have to replace it with a new one that is in line with my goal. So at this time, usually I would basically watch television. I would relax. Today is Friday. I think it's around 6 o'clock. So at this time, I would probably be watching television. But the television is not in line with the goal that I need, that I want to achieve. So in order to reach my goal, I need to replace my habit with a productive habit that is going to bring me closer to my goal. So in this case, I'm replacing watching television with making a YouTube film. So that's also one of the most important steps, is you really have to look at the habits that you're creating and to see if you can create a new habit that is in line with your goal. And the nice thing about habits is that if you are able to replace the bad habits with the good productive habits, for example with money-making habits, you are basically going to be making money on autopilot. You're just going to basically do it unconsciously because that's the habit that you have, right? So all the habits that I have, I'm trying to replace them with only habits that are aligned with my goal. And when they have basically become a habit, I don't even need to think about doing it because it's going to be automatically. It's going to be just like, for example, brushing your teeth or going to the gym or eating or whatever you do every day, or drinking coffee. It's just a habit that we have because 95% of the time we basically do everything on autopilot. We are habitual creatures, and only 5% of the time we really think. So really think about the habits that you are holding you back from achieving your goal. You have to implement habits that are in line with your goal. One of the other things is also not only the habits and the goals for the things that you really want, is you have to believe that you can achieve the goal. And this is one of the biggest problems with people. Like, for example, I remember the first time when I first decided to really go for a really big goal, right? In order to accomplish that goal, I needed, for example, a lot of money, and I didn't know how I'm going to get the money or what I need to do to get the money. So the very first moment when I decided to go for that goal, I got blocked with all of these limiting beliefs, like I cannot find the money, I cannot find the people, I cannot find the resources. And all of these beliefs, I keep repeating them in myself until a certain point I started to believe them, and then I started to take action that was bringing me further away from my goal. So I needed to replace the beliefs that I have about my goal, because the truth is that you're never ever going to be able to go further than what you believe, right? You're never going to be more valuable than what you believe that you are. You're never going to be stronger than what you believe that you are. You're never going to be able to earn as much as you believe that you are, right? If, for example, you currently earn like 5 or 10K or 100K a month, if you don't believe that you can earn twice as more or maybe 10 times more than what you currently are earning, then you're not going to be able to achieve that goal, because you're unconsciously not going to take any action. The moment that you want to take action, your subconscious mind is basically going to block you and say, no, you cannot do this, because you don't believe that you can. So you're not going to take any action. So it's also never going to become a habit. And sometimes that's a habit that people have, limiting beliefs. People think that habits are just like going to the gym or doing certain kind of things, but limiting beliefs are also a habit, right? The way that people think, the way that people react, the way that people solve problems, those are also habits that we create in our subconscious mind. And as you know, the thing about habits is that most of the time we're not even aware that we are doing it. So it's not only like habits and wanting to want something, but it's also the beliefs. We really have to believe that we are able to achieve that goal, but we also have to have the expectation that it's not going to happen, right? Like, for example, if you turn on a light and you don't believe it's going to light up the room, then maybe it's not going to happen. You're not going to stand there by the switch and thinking like, is this going to light or not? Is this going to work or not? Right? You're going to light the switch and you're going to have the expectation that's going to happen. So when you make a decision to work on your goal or to achieve something extraordinary in your life, you also have the expectation that it's going to happen. It must not be a hope or a wish, like I wish I could do this or I wish I could do that. It has to be an expectation that you're going to expect it to happen. It's not a wish or hope, it's a belief with expectation. So I think we now have, as you see, there are a lot of things. We talked about habits, we talk about wants, what do you really want, something you really, really want, right? And we talked about beliefs, but the other thing is also going to be your attitude towards life. Attitude is, I think all of them are basically the most important things, but as you know, is that we live basically in a world that we don't have control over things that are going outside of us, right? Like, for example, when something negative happens, how do we deal with it? You can also be in a really shitty situation, for example. It could be the environment, the country, the city you live in, the country you live in, and you get affected by all those negativity that is happening around you. And that's something really hard to really stay focused on your goal when all of these negativities are holding you back from achieving your goal. And if you don't have the want, right, and the belief, then it's going to be really easy to basically go off course of your goal due to a circumstance. And this is going to be a really painful experience, because if you have a habit of letting your life be controlled from the outside world, that basically means that you don't have a life, because every time when something changes from the outside world, your goals are going to change. You're never going to be able to achieve something because you're constantly being controlled from circumstances from the outside world that you don't basically have control over. But the truth is, you do have control. You don't have control over the things that are happening outside, but you do have control over your emotions. You do have control over what you think about it. You do have control over the actions that you take. And you don't have to even bother with the actions or how you feel. The only thing that you have to do is focus on what you think. You have to be in control of your thoughts. Because if you change the way you think, you can change the way you feel, and that feeling is going to determine what kind of action you're going to take. Like, if I think of something negative right? Like, let's say, for example, I'm doing this YouTube video with you guys, and I'm going to be making probably a lot of mistakes because this is my first time that I'm doing this. If I'm going to let my thoughts be controlled by the comments that I'm going to be getting, because I'm guessing that I'm going to get a lot of bad comments or maybe a lot of good comments, then I'm going to let my decision be based on what is happening outside, right? But if I apply a positive attitude and I use that attitude as a bulletproof shield to be able to reject every negativity or everything that's not in line with my goal, I'm going to be able to stay focused on my goal. And I must be able to be persistent. I have to always have a positive attitude no matter what the circumstances are outside, because I don't even have control over them. I don't have control over what people will think from this video or not, or what they will say. So I have to be able to let go of it, and I really have to focus on the goal that I want to achieve. So this can be a really hard thing for people, but if you are able to control the way that you think, and the way that you think is on the same vibration of the goal that you want to achieve, you're going to be able to you're going to be able to, what's the English word? It's basically going to be really easy to block yourself from negative circumstances, so you can be able to focus on your goals. So attitude is going to be also one of the most important things, and attitude is the same as persistent. You're going to have that, you're going to be needing that positive attitude so you can be persistent for a long time, because you're going to learn, you're going to fall, you're going to make mistakes. But with but with a positive attitude, you're going to be able to be persistent, and the more you stay persistent, the more you focus on the things that are bringing you closer, you're going to be able to achieve that goal at a certain point. So it's a lot of information, and but I'm not finished. We still have a last one. There are more, but I'm going to share one last one with you guys. And this one is also one of the most important things. Basically, I'm going to share two more. The other one is self-image. Self-image is going to be so important. If you don't know what self-image is basically self-image is the way that you see yourself, right? I remember that the first time when the time that I decided to become a mindset coach, because before this I was basically a financial advisor, and I had been doing that work for almost 15 years, and at a certain point I got stuck. I didn't know what it was, and then I realized that I had to work on my mindset if I want to go to the next level, because the same old thinking is going to give me the same old results. So if I want new results, if I want bigger results, I have to change the way I think, right? So when I started as a mindset coach, I was always getting this question like, what do you do when you start talking with people? And somewhere in the middle, I didn't know what I would say to them. In the beginning, when somebody would ask me, what do I do? I would say I'm a financial consultant. And when I started studying as a mindset coach, I was getting confused. Like, what do I say? Do I say that I'm a mindset coach, or do I say that I am a financial consultant? So I was always confused. So Somewhere in between, I was saying that I'm a financial advisor, but I also do mindset. And when I started working on my self-image, like who am I really? Who do I want to be? How do I want to present myself? I started to change that into mindset goals, because by the end of the day, my self-image is a mindset coach, not a financial advisor. If I still see myself as a financial advisor, for example, then I'm not going to be able to act and do and coach people as a mindset coach. I'm going to be able to coach them as a financial advisor, but those things are basically two different things. It's the same when, for example, you want to quit your job and you want to start your own business. You have to realize that the habits, the way that people think, the beliefs that people have as an employer, right, are not the same as an employee, right? An employee thinks about doing his work, going home and feeding his family, and that's it. But the employer, a business owner, thinks, okay, I'm going to manage these people, I'm going to find a way to make more revenue, and I'm going to find a way to grow my business. Those are the thoughts and the beliefs that we have. So the moment when people want to quit their job and start their own business, if they don't basically also work on the self-image and they still see themselves as an employee, then they are still going to get the same results, right? You cannot expect the same results from a business owner if you still see yourself as an employee. So you also have to work on your self-image. And the last one that I'm going to be sharing with you is fear. Fear is one of the toughest ones, but if you really understand what fear is, it's going to be really easy. For example, I am making this YouTube video today, and this is my first one. And normally, I would be afraid of failing. I would be afraid of what people will think. I would be afraid about, for example, the audio isn't good, or the video isn't good, or the camera isn't good, or whatever. And I would basically make all these beliefs in my mind, and all these beliefs would hold me back from achieving my goal. Because the truth is, the video is never going to be really perfect, because I'm doing this for the first time. So I really need to understand that. That's the understanding that you have to deal with fear. So by understanding this, that I don't have control over what people will say, or what people will do, or what people will think, and I really have to focus on my own goal, I'm changing my perception about what people will think. So I'm able to deal with fear. But I also know that failure and success goes in the same direction, right? I need to fail in order to learn, so I can do it better the next time. So if you think that this is the worst YouTube video that you have ever seen, that's okay. That's part of the process that I need to go through to go to the next level. If I have to wait until I am perfect, until I can speak fluently English, for example, then I'm going to be waiting for a long time, because the video never is going to be perfect. There's always going to be a much more better video than this one, and there's also going to be a much better person than me. So I also had to learn not to compete with people, but the only person that I'm competing with is myself, by creating a better version from myself every day. So I decided to make this YouTube video, step out of my comfort zone. I didn't even schedule a script, I didn't even study it, and I just start talking about the information that I know, talking about the things that I know how to talk about. I don't have any experience with the lighting, with the audio, etc., or how you should basically promote the video, all of these things. But I do know what I'm talking about. I do know about mindset, and I think that's more important than, for example, the audio or the lighting from the video, etc. And I know that I need to get out of my comfort zone, so I'm going to be able to make the video much better the second time. So my goal is to basically post at least 100 videos, and then I'm going to challenge you to see what the difference is going to be from the first video and the last one, and then you can make the decision if this system that I just explained to you really works or not. One last thing that I want to share with you guys is everything that I know, everything that I have learned from books and from my mentor, Bob Proctor. This is not new information, but the funny thing is, everything that I'm sharing with you today, the same information you're going to see and read in every mindset book that you read. So it basically works. So I think that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. The next videos, I'm going to go deeper into the details about the goals and the habits that you have to create to achieve that goal. And the other videos are going to be more deeply into the subconscious mind, how to deal with fear, self-image, and attitude, basically. So if you liked it, like and subscribe. If you don't, just also share your comments, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you for watching. My name is Derek De Mesa, and it was a pleasure meeting you. Bye bye.